Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to get into the real habits and maybe the hidden truths behind building wealth. We're moving past that common picture of, yachts and just endless freedom.
Exactly.
Because if you're only looking at the surface, you're missing the entire playbook.
Our mission here is to really unpack the mindsets and the, frankly, often boring daily decisions that actually sculpt that long-term wealth. And what's surprising, in the research is how much of it is built on avoiding what society tells you success looks like.
Okay, so let's start with that fundamental shift. You mentioned it's about seeing time, not money, as the real scarce resource.
That's it. That's fact one. Successful people value their time more than money.
Because money can be replaced, but time can't.
Right. A minute spent is it's gone. And that realization, it changes their entire decision matrix.
So how does that play out in practice? What do they do differently?
Well, that leads directly to fact 8, which is about how they spend. They actively spend money to buy back their time.
So this isn't just like hiring an executive assistant.
No, it's bigger than that. It's automating investments, using services for household stuff, paying more for a direct flight, anything that saves hours. They're just refusing to trade time for money indefinitely.
Which is such a clash with the image you see everywhere online. Instant success.
Oh, completely. And that brings up fact 2. Most wealthy individuals live way below their means, especially in the early days.
They're not trying to look rich before they actually are.
Exactly. They prioritize building capital over, projecting an image. And that connects directly to how they handle debt, which is fact 7.
Okay, debt. This is a big one.
Huge. They strictly avoid consumer debt. So car loans for flashy cars, credit card debt for lifestyle, all of that is out. Instead, they see debt as a tool, something you use to buy an asset that grows or produces income.
So one kind of debt is a trap and the other is an accelerator.
You got it. And this leads to a really interesting paradox, fact 10.
Which is?
Many people who are, by any objective measure, wealthy, they don't actually feel rich.
Why is that?
Because their focus is always on growth, on the next goal, not on status. They avoid that whole status chase that keeps so many high earners stuck.
So if they're not spending on status symbols, where is that capital going?
It's going right back into themselves. Fact 3 is that they obsess over building high-value skills. They're not just chasing a bigger salary next year. They're building abilities that create real value over, decades.
And to get those skills, they're committed to learning. That's fact 4, right?
A profound commitment. And we're not talking about casual reading for fun. Their libraries are tools.
What are they reading?
Lots of biographies to see how other successful people think. Psychology, business strategy. It's all reading with a very specific goal to move forward.
And all that learning feeds into their long-term thinking.
Yes, fact 6 is mastering that long-term vision. It's about sacrificing comfort now for stability later. That's really hard for the human brain. We want rewards now. And a part of that long-term strategy, a key part, is fact 5. Building multiple income streams.
So they're never reliant on just one paycheck.
Never. A single salary is seen as a huge risk, a liability even.
Okay, let's wrap this up with the last point, which feels like it ties everything together. Fact 9, environment.
This might be the most important one. They are meticulous about who they spend their time with.
They surround themselves with people who challenge them.
Yes, people who raise their standards. The big lesson here is that your environment will shape your success far more than your motivation ever will.
So when you pull it all together, the core idea is that wealth isn't really about luck.
Not at all. It's a result of these calculated, consistent behaviors, a strategy built on valuing time, investing in skills, and making, some really tough long-term choices.
It's all these disciplined, daily decisions that compound over years, completely out of the public eye.
So we've laid out these 10 truths. As you're listening, think about this. Which one of these facts really surprised you the most? And which one strategy could you start applying, even in a small way, today? That's the real deep dive.